Kal Halalim Layahal Bashem Yahushai Bahasham Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders. Salutations to all the brotherhood out there teaching the truth and sincerity in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So every time you get a chance, you should read the scriptures. And while I was looking for a different scripture, I thought I would use this one. So I went through about 4 or 5 scriptures, and then I came to the conclusion this is a pretty good one. Because this one this one is right. Right as rain. Matter of fact, I'm going to sip on my coffee while I read it. 1 Samuel 15 and 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry, because thou hast rejected the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, he hath also rejected thee from being king. And he's talking to Saul, but hey, that's our people right there. That's our fucking people. Wicked as fuck. I'm looking at this lady. She's younger than me, but she's pretty wicked. You know, she be having a man and then she be telling me what's up. I'd be like, bitch, it's out of order. You don't want nothing like that. And you don't want a king that's out of order. We had and this is why you don't let just anybody in your fucking camp. We had this guy who called himself Zaquan Arar, which means ancient curse, but he is cursed, but you know, you ain't no elder. That's what you say to elders, Zaquan. So this guy was rebellious. You know, right away, the first time he came to camp, and it wasn't the first day I set up camp. It was like the second or third. You know, so it was the third week. You know, Amawan came out, and then this guy came out, and this guy was being rebellious. So I said, man, get the fuck out of my camp then. It's my camp. I set it up. And he never came back. And then Amawan was talking to him because he works with him. And he, you know, he sort of calmed down, but still he believed in the flat earth theory. Which, come on, guys. So people like that, you don't need in your camp. If they're rebellious, stubborn. So this also applies to, you know, people in general, the 2/3, the wicked. It makes me think about how people come up to the camp and just start talking like their shit, giving me their 2 cents. And I'm like, yeah, whatever you say. You know, it be like that sometimes. But it's not their fault that they come up. But it is their fault they get condemned. You understand? Because Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai sent them to condemn for 2 things: to condemn them and to test your character if you're out there preaching. Which, you know, there's a lot of brothers out there preaching, and a lot of brothers get tested, disturbed by these heathens. And they come up and they just want you to get off the street. But the only way you can get us off the street is no way. No way. Yeah, there's no way you could do that. Let's say you do get us off the street. It's not you getting us off the street. It's Yahweh putting us away in a safe spot because the shit's going down. You don't understand what you do because you don't comply with the scriptures. And I'm a compliance officer for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Oh, damn. So you best comply. It's gonna get bad out here. And I suppose it makes a lot of sense. It makes a great deal of sense, actually, that the Lord would make it into his plan where the concentration camps are actually, twofold. They're a prison, and they're like a safety containment. Let me explain. Alright, let's say I live out in the country, which I don't. And I got my rooster, which I care about. I want to build him a habitat that's both secure and comfortable. But it is also a prison, a little jail. Because I control, because that's animals in my property, and I want it right there. But also there's predators, right? So I have to have building materials that are gonna be strong enough. Like you use 15 gauge steel wire, galvanized wire. The coyotes can't bite through it. Not only that, you got to have your shotgun ready to go blast them coyotes. Because that's an investment, right? Same way, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai will protect us because we are his investment. We are his inheritors. So hell yeah, you're gonna protect your inheritance, right? You're gonna protect all of them. You're gonna be like, nah, I think I want to keep them over here. I want to keep them safe. And when you keep them safe, then they're protected, right? And when they're protected, they're safe. So once you're protected and you're safe, then whatever's going around you won't affect you. That's why in prison they have a prison culture, because they're affected by that culture. Because they're incarcerated, they cannot go outside of that culture. They're forced to comply with that culture, which those men are gonna be those men and women are gonna be let loose, and they're gonna fuck things up. They're gonna mess it up the society, try to get vengeance. So would you want to be out there when these fucking maniacs are out on the street during Jacob's trouble? I don't know. Of course, if it was my choice, I wouldn't want to be out here. But Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is in control. He could have you out here in what's called the wilderness. It'll be like people abandon their homes, running around in circles, going back to the old school tracking, covering our tracks, having different, and society will be so different. We won't be like, nah, I can't. I gotta go sleep because I gotta go work. It'll be none of that shit. It'll be like, yes, I have to, because if not, then my people will die, right? And another thing, there's gonna be people in compounds besides FEMA camps, FEMA concentration camps. And then there's going to be the concentration camps. So there's I had a conversation with this, I don't know, Edomite. Let's call them Edomites. They're already up in Three Rivers around there, owning some property and compounds, and so there's a lot of situations developing, because that's the plan of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Now let's go back to the concentration camps. In the concentration camps, the people would be catching hell. Everywhere people would be catching hell. There is no such thing as a easy pass, a safe pass. You will be tested the whole time. So, I put it in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's hands. He might just deliver us. So, rebellion is not a good look for Israel. Rebellion is not a good look. You got to keep it together. In other words, if rebellion is a sin as witchcraft, and witchcraft requires death, then obedience must be something that will be guaranteeing life. You might want to look at it like that. Especially if you're a brother that's been watching videos for years and you're not out at the camp. I say the most a brother should be on his ass taking notes. Salakia is 2 months behind the video. By that time, you should be going to the place. You should be leaving comments on a brother's camp. I'm over here. How can I get there? You have to communicate. And so, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. So you don't want to be stubborn in your damn ways. Like, we have homies. I say homies because they're not friends. That say that they believe, but they don't want to accept the truth as we lay it down. So what are they talking about? They're talking about rebellion, stubbornness. Because they have rejected the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. He hath also rejected thee from being king. Now let's focus on that rejected. You don't want to be rejected on a time like this. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.